All right, how you doing? Red Pill Dispensary. Just wanted to check in with you guys. A lot's gone on since we talked last, but it looks like we were definitely on the right track. It's just too bad that the last stream I did that I ended up taking down, the whole thing was just frozen. It's just my audio over a frozen image. It's too bad I wasn't able to say what I wanted to say. It's pretty clear which direction I was going based on prior shows. But it's too bad I wasn't able to do that show. I really even more pissed off about that now with the recent events. But I just wanted to announce that there will be a show tonight. Not too late at all. Basically, just right after. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Saints scored. Like the over in this game. But anyways, wow. Big play. Okay, we're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to tell you guys what I think, what I think right now, and I kind of wanted to take like a 48-hour approach. My initial feelings, as far as where they're at, which way I feel, it's basically the same. I have more questions um, that I would have more than I would have liked that still need to be answered that I'm working on. Maybe by the time I do the show tonight, I'm thinking around 8 Eastern, 8 or 9 Eastern. I'll be doing that show. We'll be having call-ins. I want to hear what you guys think. But first, I'm going to tell you guys what I think in the show. I'm going to tell you guys also some stuff that I heard, but from sources. So what I'm being told, what my initial reaction is, my 48 hours later reaction, which it will be at that point. So we're talking about that. I don't want to give kind of tilt my weight, but you guys can probably tell how I feel based on past shows. If you did cast the show I took down because I couldn't even freaking complete it, um, I think something very interesting went on that I am not seeing anybody else talk about. So what I will tell you is what I'm talking about is unique in nature, as far as how I saw this play out. Haven't seen anyone with this opinion. So I think it's a good show to tune into. I just want it. Actually, I feel really good about it, and especially with my past shows, it's consistent and it adds up. So I'm hoping you guys tune in. Like I said, there will be call-ins. If anybody's interested in what I think in the games, this first game, too many points. Didn't like it. Liked the over. Not enough to go with it. Over unders, anything can happen. Yesterday, I basically nailed everything I said. It's just the Patriots couldn't score, which made the Pats and the over not go. But that's all it takes is one thing to happen. The greatest of all time coach get out coached by, student beats the master type of thing. Outside of that aspect, just the Patriots scoring, that kind of, But I hit the top pick, and my top pick today, just one pick only, and it's a pick. Seattle at Philly. It's a pick 'em, and I pick 'em Seattle all day. Easy money, folks. Easy money. So, in case you're interested in that, I'll just say that quick. Take Seattle with the pick. Boom. Love that pick. But tonight we'll be talking about the recent events. I'll be giving you guys my unique perspective, which is unique. Tell you what I thought, what my first thoughts were, what my thoughts are now. They haven't changed too much. Like I said, some questions I still like answered. And basically just the shows leading up to it and how it all ties in, because a lot does tie in. In a much bigger way than people realize, in my opinion. So, I will see you then. It's the Red Pill Dispensary. Like I said, let's give it a good window between 8 and 10 Eastern time, meaning between 5 and 7 Pacific time. I always try to take the West Coast into consideration when I schedule a show. So, if I was to do it 8 sharp, which I'd like to, that makes it 5 for you guys. So I do take that into consideration. Um, Especially now that you guys kind of lost a big channel. And you know what? There's certain channels that I don't think are good for the truth community. I really don't. I just don't think that they exactly go about things in a way that the truth community should embrace at all. Um, and it seems like one of those shows were taken down. So I'm kind of conflicted because it's like I don't like that either. Um, how's he going to provide for his kids? That bothers me. And what bothers me most is the fact that they can just shut people down, even people who talk in pig Latin to try to get their point across, which I always thought was ridiculous. I always say it straight. I'm a smaller channel, but I always say it straight. So I don't really understand what's going on. I don't really think his channel did come down. He's still broadcasting on his channel. I think there's more to it. This is an effort to get people to go to a different platform. It's not working out great. Sure enough, they're miraculously going to come back because they're still broadcasting. So I don't know. I don't know about all that. Not really my business. But in case you think I want to know how I feel, don't think that channel is exactly great for the truth community. But exactly, but at the same time, I don't support anytime YouTube takes a channel down. Anytime, unless it's like honestly like some sick stuff. And it's not sick stuff, so I don't support YouTube taking them down. I'd rather see the people be like, where are your tactics, and that go with that route. That's what I'd rather much see, which I am seeing, which is good to see. But that's all I gotta say about that. I won't be talking about any of that type of crap tonight. We're gonna get right to business tonight, and like I said, I'll be taking calls. So if you want to share your opinion, please just be ready, and I'll let you guys know when it's time to call in, and we'll take the calls. We'll hear what people think. I don't like to keep people the time limits, but put it this way: for me to have you go longer than 15 minutes, you have to be really giving us something. So I'm gonna keep them under 15 minutes unless you really get coming with some stuff. So yeah, and one person in particular, last time I said I'm gonna do a call-in show tomorrow, but then it wouldn't let me go live, and I wanted to hear your story. If you're watching this, Brian Lanham, what you said in my last stream, not last stream, but because the last one I had to take down. Although I still might play portions of it because I I knew something was coming, and I got it pretty close. If we got it down to a country, almost a city. So, well, yeah, it was Baghdad, so we got it down to a city. Forget about country, and I just read it a little bit different. Um, I didn't know that they had the I didn't know that they had him in his sights. I didn't know that he was in Iraq at the time. Um, so it was a successful move. The question is, what's the blowback, right? That's how we judge it. How does it end up? Um, is where we, you know what? This so I want to save it. I want to save it. So I'm gonna save it, and I look forward to hearing from you guys on the show. I want to hear all different types of opinions. All opinions are welcome, and if you want to talk about something different, that's okay too. If it's interesting enough, you can run as long as you want. Like I said, but I'm trying to keep them to around 15 minutes. Okay, just so you guys know. Like I said, if you're saying some nice, profound, like actually educating, yeah, I'll let you go a little longer as I always do. I don't do time limits. I'm anticipating a lot of calls, so that's the only reason I say that. Get on D Live. I've already set things up, but if it happens, it happens. The best thing to do is just go to my Twitter, and I'll let you guys know. But I feel secure. I mean, I'm demonetized. I'm not pushing for all this stuff. I'm not purposely misleading. Um, I think that might and honestly, I don't even truly believe that he's been taken down. He's still broadcasting, saying, "Hey, I'm broadcasting. You could do a show right there. You could do it the way I do it. You just do the show." So the fact that he is unable to, I don't know, it just doesn't. Like I said, I'm kind of done talking about him. but it doesn't really make sense. You're broadcasting, talking about how you can't broadcast. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know what that feels like. My last like 5 shows have been either blacked out audio and or video as well. Um, I thought it was YouTube doing it. Then I started realizing what exactly it was. You know, I'll talk about that at that point too. Actually, I'd rather not talk about that at that point. There's a way you can call YouTube, and if someone mentions your channel's name, let's say you know that you can never go to court because, in fact, them you might actually force me to do an defamation right back on you, and you'd be screwed because you'd be guilty of that. You'd be guilty of lies. You'd be guilty of slander. So you'd be kind of screwed in that situation. So you go to YouTube and you say this person's saying my name, harassing me, even though it's the other way around. And all of a sudden they put a thing where anytime I mention a particular channel, boom, it goes black, which would make a lot of sense because anytime I would, all of a sudden the whole thing goes black. So there's little games that these people can play because they realize I have it all. I have all the old videos, the videos that they're talking about, the videos that they elaborated. They just kind of they make all these lies. I have them. So you could go by their words or you could watch it for yourself. And when you watch it for yourself, it's pretty obvious how full of shit people are. So, that's a problem that I was having there. But I'm not worried about the channel. I wasn't worried about the channel on that date, whenever it was, December 11th. That's or December 10th. I wasn't worried about that stuff then either. In fact, there's certain channels that they say are down. I don't even think they're down for obvious reasons. Nor do I think they should be down by YouTube. I think like the people should rise up and be like, hey, we're not into this deceptive shit anymore. It's not straight up. Just watch a show from a year ago. I mean, they say so much BS. There comes a point where they could say, oh, we called it. Yeah, you called it like 10 times. When you call the same things over and over and over, eventually it's going to happen, right? Something's going to happen. I mean, they predicted imminent over a year ago. I don't do that stuff. But I actually started to actually talk like that these past couple shows because I was hearing the chatter. I was getting some information from sources, and just the build up with the all the stealth jets. We're talking beyond Iran. We're talking Russia. We're talking China. We're talking about what we're doing to Iranian and Russian stealth jet fighters as well as their bombers. We already hurt their ability to wage war before we put ourselves in a position where they may have to wage war. Took out their top general mind. Like I said, we're going to talk about this later, but this man, let's not play down who he was. Yes, he did a lot of bad stuff. If you're an American, if you're anything but a Shiite Muslim, he's done a lot of bad stuff against your interest. Yet, there's some clarity on some things that I want to hear. And I'll tell you guys what I think about that. But overall, like I said, I'm going to say it for the show. I'm not going to give my opinion, but this man was a brilliant as a general. Brilliant. Imagine being the other side has control of everything: intelligence, space, air. The air. That they have control of the skies. Okay, yeah, you have Russia on your side. Russia's a paper tiger, in my opinion. In many's opinion as well. If things really hit the fan, it's just a matter of their intelligence, strategic wise. I believe maybe they think they are. Maybe things are about to change, but this general was brilliant. He was the only guy that would leave our generals scratching their heads because he didn't use conventional ways of warfare. He was involved in everything from Benghazi to defending against, even back when we invaded way back, to the whole thing in Syria. That's all him. A lot of these, when they shot down the drone, All these were his. He took responsibility. Him and his specific military force, which was the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which to us we deemed terrorist in April of 2019, I believe. Oh, that's what I read. I thought it was earlier than that. But then again, times flew. I've only been on since March or April of 2019. So yeah, maybe I guess that makes sense. So we deemed them into, to be all terrorists at that point, terrorist organization. Him to be the head of that terrorist organization as that main general. But he is a great military mind. It's important to you know show some respect. I don't have to, but I choose to. Very intelligent military mind. Um, you would think this day with the technology, one man's military mind wouldn't have that much of a difference, wouldn't make that much of a difference. Yet over there in the Middle East, the connections he made, the bridges that he connected as far as people to people, it was monumental in Iran's proxy wars. There's no other man who could be cool with this side and this side, bring them together to fight, bring them together under one. I mean, he just was very important in like their foreign relations, the way that they kind of combine their forces with other forces and those forces with other proxy forces. He was very intelligent in that way. He was also very intelligent. I mean, he shot down one of our global hawks, the unmanned drone, a global hawk, which, by the way, was also um, one of the drones that was involved in taking him out. So, also, there's a lot to where he got took out, and we're going to talk about all of this. So that's tonight. Um, that's going to be the main topic, but anything's on the table. And again, I'm taking call-ins. So I'm going to do my spiel, probably like a half hour, 45 minutes. Maybe, let's say no longer than an hour. And then we'll take some calls, see what you guys think. And we'll take it from there. All right? Again, if you're interested in my pick for the day, I just got one for you. Pick of the day will be Seattle. It's a pick 'em game. You just pick them. No spread. Just pick. That's how close of a game it's supposed to be. I see Seattle taking it. So I think Seattle as a city is going to have a great weekend. In football, yet in the true community they lost their golden boy. So I don't know. It's kind of like a mixed thing for Seattle. It's too bad. I would have liked to see it happen a different way. All right. Red Pill Dispensary.